Good Friday evening. I hope you're catching that beautiful warm moon. This is your March full moon. That's what it's called. And this one actually falling just before the spring equinox, meaning that usually if you get a full moon after the spring equinox, then it's going to be the next Sunday is going to be Easter. But because this is before spring, we have to wait till the next full moon to actually wait for Easter, and it's always dependent on these full moons. So it's kind of an interesting little tidbit for you. Thank you so much, Patrick Gavin Duffy, for sending that in. Now we are seeing some cloud coverage starting to roll over the area, so it may make it a little bit harder to see that full moon. Otherwise, we'll see some thicker clouds coming into the early morning hours of your Saturday, also bringing in the next storm system and the last winter storm system, because again, like I said, spring arrives on Sunday. Now we are seeing some drought concerns this week. This was issued, the new drought map monitor, and this is released on March 17th. The last one was released March 10th, but take a look at the huge difference there, an increase of 22% from extreme last week to extreme this week. So we're really starting to feel the effects of the lack of rain and water that's moved in over the last about 2.5 months or so now. We've been seeing not very much water in our reservoirs, a lack of rain as well as snowfall, and it's being reflected here on our drought monitor maps. Although we are getting another system that does arrive on Saturday, it's not expected to bring up those snowpack totals. We're only expecting a few inches, but it will bring a little rain to the valley and at least putting some moisture on the crops and the land, hopefully delaying some of the fire season, although the winds, they're going to be a big problem as well as we start rolling into next week. Rain, snow showers that arrive Saturday, that's going to start as early as maybe about 5 a.m. for some valley spots, but the snow going to kick into the mid-morning hours. We'll see some of the heavier rain showers here and snow showers coming in throughout the day. This is going to be a periodic thing as we see them as showers, not a solid rain event, but the scattered showers rolling in are just going to be kind of hitting some places and not others. Now, dry, breezy conditions, that's really going to be strongest on Sunday. We could see it lingering a little bit into Monday, but otherwise expect to see very strong winds Sunday. Some of the gusts could get as high as about 35 to 40 miles per hour, winds 15 to 20 miles per hour, and then very warm temperatures. That's going to move in for the midweek. So our low pressure system here, that is circulating. It's actually moving pretty slow. We did expect to get some cooler air coming in from the Gulf of Alaska, but it's also being met with a lot warmer moisture from the Pacific. See how low this goes? You can really see that we're tapping into some moisture further south, just north of the Hawaiian Islands. Now, as we look at the cold front approaching the Pacific Northwest, that is bringing in a nice amount of rain for them. But as you look further down the line, you notice that this area and that cold front starts to thin out. We take that closer look here. The clouds become a little less put together and that moisture a little less as well. This is going to create those scattered showers for Saturday. Not so much this solid kind of rain event the Pacific Northwest is getting. So with our scattered shower also allows for pockets to kind of start forming. With those pockets, now comes some heat, and that heat is going to move into the afternoon hours. With the heat, as well as some of the storm system colliding, that could create some chances for some thunderstorms, especially into the afternoon hours. So we're going to have to watch out for that Saturday afternoon. A winter weather advisory is going to take place starting at 8 a.m. on Saturday, ending latest about 11 p.m. For some of the passes, they're just some of the slick roads warning you, hey, we're getting some snow, a couple inches expected for some time, but otherwise just note that the stronger winds are really pushing the winter weather advisory as well, as those winds could really pick up to about 20 to 30 mile per hour winds. Now let's take a look at our line of showers. As we get through about 8 a.m., we start off picking up some of these small little shower spots, and we're expecting to get a somewhat of a line of showers coming in closer to about 9 a.m. Now, as we look closer to lunchtime, you can really see them just offshore. The yellow, the dark green spots, that's going to be heavy downpours for some areas. Meanwhile, if you take a look over here near Stockton, they have much lighter showers. The system is starting to head its way from the south to the northeast, being lifted. So again, some areas seeing showers, meanwhile others not as much. Let's pause it here around 2 p.m. We're getting a nice solid line from about Yuba City into Sacramento, Davis, Fairfield, Vacaville, all the way through San Francisco. So these spots here could expect insane downpours just within a period of time. And if we do get thunderstorm chances, that could bring some very small hail as well. But we're not looking at that just yet, because as of 2 o'clock, it looks like most areas are still completely covered. Meanwhile, the coastline near Fort Bragg starting to see the breakup of cloud coverage. Now into the afternoon hours, evening, we start to roll in. We're really getting that breakup happening closer to about 6 to 9 p.m. So not a lot of spots are seeing that really a cohesive line there of cloud coverage, at least breaking up closer to the night hours where we kind of lose most of our heat at that point. All right, let's talk precipitation. We're looking at anywhere from projected models originally showing a quarter to a half inch of rain, but as we take a closer look and get closer to the storm system, it looks as though we might be anywhere from a tenth to a third of an inch in the valley. Meanwhile, some of these blue spots could be as high as about a half inch, so we're going to have to really check on those for your Saturday afternoon to see where we're exactly at. Otherwise, we do expect more of that snow to fall into the higher elevations, but again, not a lot. 2 to 3 inches Donner, Echo, 4 to 6 inches possible. Carson, Ebbets, some of the higher peaks and ridges could see a half foot, so 6 inches, 4 to 6 in Lassen. All right, let's talk winds. These are really going to affect you if you are headed for the High Sierra. Take a look. We'll start to see around 5:30 a.m. starting to pick up the winds there, and then into the afternoon hours we'll start to see more. But it's really the valley spots into Sunday morning, about mid-morning or so to lunchtime, that we really start to get the bulk of the winds picking up. These are sustained winds. They're going to be about 15 miles per hour. Now, the colored zones there in that orange shade, about as high as 30 mile per hour wind gusts. And that's going to start picking up a lot of the pollen out there and probably affecting a lot of people's allergies from Sunday into Monday. Maybe take that allergy medicine Saturday night before you get out on Sunday. All right, 9 p.m. you see most of the winds just remaining offshore. Now, let's take a look. Do we have any more rain left in us moving through March? Well, we're pretty much seeing a lot of heat moving into next week, even 80-degree temperatures expected. So the next potential for a shower looks like it may be the following Sunday, but we're really going to have to hope that that comes through for us with some more of the heavy rain, because we are really starting to get close to the end of any rainy season left for us. The peak of rainy season, pretty much most of the end of the rainy season comes around April 1st. So we're trying to squeeze any kind of ounce we have left. Hopefully, if we are lucky, we could push into April, but it's less likely that it'll be a pretty big system if anything comes through. Our mid to upper 50s Saturday, we'll see mid 60s on Sunday. And then taking a look at next week, we gradually increase our temperatures starting on Tuesday, mid 80s lasting through at least Thursday before dropping right back down into the mid 70s and some 60s into the following weekend.